hear his roadrunner's legs zoom at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Behind him follows Wile E. Coyote with a fork and dinner knife in hand. Later we see Coyote push out a giant mousetrap hidden behind the rocks. He now has his napkin in place as he waits for Roadrunner. But of course, snap! The story ends with Coyote painfully getting his tail stuck in a giant mousetrap. Traditionally, pain has been a point of humor. In old comics, you can find plenty of times that Lucy held the football for Charlie Brown, and he lands painfully on his back. Most of the humor in Garfield is at poor John's painful expense, and many years ago, a popular comic featured a larger wife beating her smaller husband as a point of humor. And most touching to home, we all know that painful feeling of a stubbed toe. Whatever the case, we all know what pain feels like, but do you know what pain is? The Merriam-Webster definition of pain is as follows: the physical feeling caused by disease, injury, or something that harms the body. The scientific definition of pain, however, is much more complicated. Pain is generally categorized into 4 broad categories. Today, we will look at nociceptive pain and then neuropathic pain. Nociceptive pain is a pain that we know in a traditional sense. Before we can fully understand this type of pain, we must first understand what it is caused by and named after: nociceptors. If I were to bang my hand against this wall, thus breaking it, I would be tempted to think that because my hand hurts, it is my hand that is experiencing the pain. False. This is where nociceptors come in. Nociceptors are free nerve endings that are normally activated by stimulus. These nociceptors then relay these signals up through multiple ascending pathways to the brain. This premise might cause you to think that there is a point in the brain where pain is felt. This would be false as well. There is instead something many neuroscientists refer to as a pain matrix. Think of this pain matrix as a circle. All parts can influence each other. The common model of this circle was first drafted up in the 1960s, and it includes periphery, spinal cord, brainstem, and higher centers of the brain. Although this model is not agreed on by all scientists, most agree it provides the best explanation. Neuropathic pain, also known as neurogenic pain, is very different from nociceptive pain. Unlike nociceptive pain, neuropathic pain needs no kind of peripheral stimulation and is often the direct result of disease or injury to the nerves or neurons in the nociceptive pathways. Imagine this. You feel a stabbing sensation in your left foot. It is absolute agony. But when you look down, there's nothing there. And by nothing, I mean literally nothing. You lost your leg from the knee down last year. This is known as phantom limb syndrome, and 80% of all amputees experience it. Treatment for neuropathic pain varies with what is being treated. One revolutionary treatment for phantom limb syndrome was discovery that a mirror could reduce the pain. Doctors placed mirrors in a way that the patients could trick their brain that the missing limb was still there. While you're learning about pain, it might be useful to know some quirky pain distraction techniques. Saying one of those taboo 4-letter words will actually help you relieve your pain. In a recent study, it was found that people who swore while their hand was in a bucket of ice-cold water could keep it in there for 35% longer. In a study at Italy's University of Bari, it was found that gazing at your favorite painting could relieve pain by 33%. Let's recap. Coyote is chasing after Roadrunner when suddenly Roadrunner stops, stretches out his long foot, and trips Coyote, sending him over the cliff with a smoosh at the bottom. This would be nociceptive pain, the pain that you and I experience in our everyday lives. Next, let's say Coyote loses his tail in a tragic accident. He then feels a burning sensation the next month when Roadrunner pushes a rock on the place Coyote's tail used to be. Now that you know, the next time you stub your toe against that door, you can say, "Fudge you, nociceptive pain," as you pull out your favorite Van Gogh painting.